Alright guys, my GT1554 is doing a wheelie. I got the chain on it and up in the air. So we're going to do some work underneath it, but yeah, I got the Vanguard in there. Boy, I don't know. I mean, does that look good or what? I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm biased, but I think that baby looks nice in there. I mean, it looks so good. I'm thinking about asking it out on a date. I'm not even sure what that means, but so the wiring really wasn't a big deal because you remember there was that 27 horse Kohler in here, and I took the harness off that motor, cut it off that other motor, and it's basically just your charge wire, your power wire for the fuel solenoid, and this green wire goes to the oil sending unit, and then the kill wire. White is always kill wire on Kohlers, so yeah, but it's going on the Briggs, yes, but the wiring is from a Kohler, so no, their kill wire is always white. So I put this on here too. I took this off the Kohler and put it on here, so it just unclips from here, and well, actually from there it pulls right up out of there. Just a little zip tie, and easily drain the oil. So I put that on. I have not fired it. I'm not going to fire it until I get the work done underneath it, and I'll tell you why. But this thing is in nice shape too, much like the last Cub Cadet. I mean, it's hardly anywhere on anything. It's I can't remember. I think it's under 300 hours. This has. We'll find out when we put the battery back in. Seat's mint. I think I'm going to put the seat cover on here, but I got to unbolt these to do it. Not sure if I'm going to leave these on or not. These are just hollow plastic. So they're not really, I don't know, whatever. So the only trick with this one was the exhaust. I have a 2-in-1 collector coming out, and I used the original muffler. I welded the one end shut, the other hole, because there's 2 holes in it for the Kohler exhaust. Welded one shut and used this one, but it wasn't precise. But I made it all work. Hopefully it sounds okay. Like I said, I haven't even fired it yet, but all this original stuff went back on. The heat shield, got the heat shield in there. So yeah, all that's done. The deck, I'm going to end up redoing this whole deck. It's going to take a long time. I'm going to paint underneath of it too. So we got a long way to go on that. And I already got a new drive belt. Oh, I'll show you. This is the old drive belt. And for low hours, I don't know how it could be so bad, but it is. So anyway, got a new deck belt too, which was not cheap. That was a very, very expensive belt, and I hope I never have to replace it again. I got oh, look at that, it's right from Hydro Gear even. This is for the hydro. We're going to change the oil in it. And the filter, it's got a filter on it too. Now, all my other Hydro Gear drives in the Cub Cadets take 2050 for the light duty drives. I don't know what this is. They couldn't tell me if it took 2050 or not. they suggested this, so I went with it at a tune of other stuff on here I don't want to show, but just shy of $60. I didn't know it was going to be that much just for this gallon, but I wanted to make sure I had the right stuff. So, and it's a synthetic blend, I see, but anyway, what do you do? I still don't have a lot of money in this thing, so okay, hang on. Okay, I gotta go back out under or out of here and get some tools, but there's our filter. My light is doing weird things. I don't get it. So anyway, we got a cover to take off before that, and then if you can see, my light will cooperate, which it doesn't look like it's gonna. I want you to see the maybe I can't get to it because I can't quite see what you're looking at. Anyway, there's a plug up here. If I can show you later, I will. So I got to get some stuff. Okay guys, so I'm in the middle of taking off the protective cover over the oil filter, and I got the two back bolts out. This one's loose. I'm hoping I can and this is a Hydro Gear Hydro. It's their, you know, heavier duty one, obviously. It's not a light duty one. It's pretty massive. We got to put an axle seal in it too. If you can see the rag I have tied around it over there, that's because I don't want it leaking oil all over the place. I mean, I knew it seeped, but all of a sudden the last couple of days it's moving this thing around, it turned into a bigger leak. So I don't know if I can start loosening this thing with my hand or not. And then nope. And then I'm assuming that taking this out will drain it, and then I'll let it drain for a while. Probably gonna have to do the axle seal before I refill it. There's a thing here. Where's my light? It looks like it, you know, there's two bolts holding it in. I wonder if it's some kind of screen or something I should take out and clean too. Wouldn't think it'd have one if it's got a filter, but I don't know. I don't know if I should mess with this or not. I mean, it looks like it's removable for a reason. So I never seen a Hydro like this before, so I've seen all the light duty ones that they always use and all the other crap I fix, but this is a pretty good size Hydro. Anyway, I gotta go get my oil filter wrench. Alright, sorry guys. So this thing has been just a bear, but I'm starting to get it now with this vice grip. Just gotta get it on there just right or it doesn't do anything. Okay. I mean, I don't know if this one's factory, the factory filter or whatever. But come on. This thing was super tight for a minute there. I didn't even think I was going to get it on there. Get it off there, I mean. It's coming, it's just real slow. And I run out of room too, so well, it's not as much room as you might think. Maybe I can get it with my hand now. Wrong. Okay, I think we got her now. Whew. Well, that look, is that chunky? Remember guys, we don't even know if this thing drives. Sure hope it does, because I don't have one of these hydros laying around. Well, this is definitely going to drain it. There's no doubt about it. Little tiny filter. Well, I'm gonna let that. I'm gonna put the front end back down and let her drain for a while. I'm gonna go in and have supper. Okay, sorry I didn't take you with, guys, for the axle seal replacement. It's just like replacing any other seal, except you got one of those clips in there. And this one's a pretty stout guy. This one was shot. You can see it's cracked, and well, I used it to hammer the other one in, so it's bent up. So anyway, that's definitely Shotsky. So like I said, sorry I didn't take you with. I want to show you something if I can, but in a second. But just so you know, this thing's so heavy duty, it's actually got bearings on the other side of this seal. A big bearing it rolls on, which is kind of nice, huh? Hang on. Okay, so this is your standard axle out of a regular one. Now it's not tapered like this guy is. I don't know if you can tell the difference, how much bigger. Really sure the camera's catching it, but that axle is stout. Now I have this drain pan down here because when you take that seal out, it gushes, and it probably would have gushed more had I not drained it all out. So the next thing is we got to get oil in this bad boy. Alright guys, so what I got going here is I got this oil extractor. You can also pump oil with it, and so I got a tube going in there. The tubes really should be opposite. This one should be going into whatever you're going into, and the skinny one sucks, but you can't get the fat one in that hole up there. So I just filled it till it started coming out, which it's doing, and that's that. That's how we do that. And then you see I wrote on there, actually I found out it's got 356 hours. So I was wrong. It wasn't under 3, it's under 4. So there you go. So I got to clean all this stuff up, clean up where it's dripping out, put the cap back on, get the oil out of my lines here, and yeah, got this seal in too. Alright guys. Okay, so now I got the deck all painted up. Starting to put the pulley, I put the pulleys on top. I just gave them a quick coat of black paint. I didn't do anything too special. I got the needle greaser and greased these two idler pulleys. I did go through the bearings and grease them. This spindle looks like it's been replaced because it has bolts, nut and bolt I should say, sticking out of it, as opposed to just a bolt in the factory ones. And yeah, I got paint all over. I mean, it's not the greatest paint job either. It's just, it's got about 3 coats on it. I rolled it on with a little roller, and I mean, it looks good. I just want it to not rust, because this was all gone. There's no paint in here, probably mainly because of that. It gets under there, and grass that is, and the paint comes up. Same thing with here. And then it had spots like there, over here, where it was missing paint. So I just kind of sanded it all down and put a few coats on, and I think that'll work. And then I had to, this was all screwy, so I cut it down, not perfectly, and just glued it back down there so we know which order our belt is supposed to be put on. Not that it's that hard to figure out. Another thing I did is, I don't know, I noticed my Super LT has this too. It's this big oblong hole here. As you can see, I patched it on the other side. I just welded a piece of metal in there, because otherwise just grass just comes up. And I don't know why that's there, but there's no need for it. Maybe it's in the tooling that when they make these, I don't know, but it's just dumb. A lot of paint missing back here, you know, underneath here. So that's all taken care of. Didn't really have to do any welding per se, except for that welding that hole shut per se. Wow, that's kind of a fancy word for me. Otherwise, deck's in pretty good shape. You know, it's not bent up, not beat up. So, and then we have to put our, I'm gonna wait till after it's on the machine to put the guard back on, or the deflector. There was a bunch of paint gone through here where the big bracket sits. There's no paint there. I mean, you can see it's not perfect, but you know, it is what it is. Looks good, I think, for what it's just a mowing deck. You know, I just don't want it to rust. That's why I do this. I don't do it to make it look great. I do it to keep the rust off of it. Once they start rusting, then they get thin, they start cracking, and it's a whole thing. If you just stop them from rusting to begin with, save yourself a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna not put the back rollers on yet either, until I got the chain hoist on it now. As you see, we're gonna flip it up so we can put the blades on and all that. So okay, so I'll get that up in the air and we'll get the blades on. Okay, so here's the old blade. As you can see, it's really, I mean, it's still pretty much like new. I don't even think it's been, doesn't even look like it's been sharpened once. But I think I'm going to keep those as spares, because I did get brand new ones. So why wouldn't I use new ones, right? So I'll keep the other ones as spares. But these are a good stout blade. I mean, they're really wide. And it'd be nice if they're a little thicker, but you know, it is a glorified MTD after all. But here's the ones off my 1050. So I mean, you can tell the difference. I mean, wimpy, 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 hefty, hefty, hefty. So I'll go ahead and get these on. Gotta make sure you get them in the star. Get the star lined up in the center there. Sorry. Alright. As you can see, I painted the bottom of the deck too. This is a Rust-Oleum primer. I like to paint under the decks black, but my black was too old. It was hardening up, so it was no good. So I just put the primer on here. I was going to come back and I do have a gray paint, Rust-Oleum I could have painted it with, but I didn't. And you can see the yellow coming through the holes and stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's just another step. I mean, a lot of the paints will get wore off. It's just another step to keep it from rusting. I'll probably have to do it again. Well, I know I'm going to have to do it again, you know, next year. I'm probably not going to use this, the GT. I'm probably not going to use it this year. I'm just going to keep using the Super LT, and then next season I can start using the GT, and then give the Super LT some love because it needs it. I've been using it pretty heavy. Here's where that hole was. I just welded that piece of metal in there. It's real important you get the star in the center lined up properly, because they do strip out very easily. I've come across a lot of them that people didn't put on right and it stripped out. Okay, so anyway, we went through the blades, talked about that. I believe I'm all done under here. Let's see, back here. Looks good, right? So, like I said, it's not professional, but like I said, it's just to keep the rust off, that's all. Alright guys, hang on. Okay guys, so these are the brackets that they go in there and there. It's got rollers back here instead of just wheels, which I like a lot. These really need to be replaced, but for now the holes, or where the rod goes through, is all egged out. It was pretty bad, so I drilled them out and put these, you know, round pipe in there. I laid a few beads on the bottom because it was so wore down, and just kind of kept building up the weld on the bottom. And did the same with the other side, and then they were kind of wore out on the side, so I laid a bead in there. And they were bent, so I had to try and bend them back. I got them as good as I could. So we're gonna reuse them now, but at some point I'm gonna have to replace them. So not sure what I'm gonna go for with height. I think probably right here. You guys can't even see. You'll be able to see on the other side though. Let's see what I got it there. I may have to change this, because I'm not sure this height. So the wheels will be here. Yeah, hard to say. May have to change that. Oh, wait a minute. I need a washer, because with those round pieces of pipe I decided to put washers on the end. There never was before, but I'm putting them there now. So another washer. So basically what I'm saying is there's going to be a washer on both sides of that round pipe, right? So we need another washer on there right now. And then you take this fluid film. This stuff's really good for lubricant. Put that on. Put this in. How can that be? I don't think we're all there. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to go through here. Now, yes, I did test fit these, but maybe it's bent a little bit or something. It's kind of what it looks like. It looks like, because remember these things were bent especially on the bottoms. They were bent, they were wavy. They were so bad. So I think that's what's holding us up right now. So I think if I just hit it harder. Nope. It does not want to go. So what I'm going to try to do, I know it probably won't fit in the slot, but we'll see. Yeah, fits in the bottom just fine, but not the top. So sure it's even all the way over here. Now I did not, when I said I test fit them, I test fit the bar into the pipe. What I didn't test fit is this whole thing before I painted it. Well, let's see. I'll figure it out. Okay, I got it on there. I just had to manhandle it. But I just hope I got it at the right height. I mean, it looks pretty good, I think. Because it's going to be a pain. So I think before next season, when I do start using this, I'm probably going to end up getting new ones because, well, let's face it, I don't like it like that. So anyway, we're going to just slide the belt on now. And here's the numbers in case you have one of these. That's the belt you need. And it is a doozy. It's a big one. And it is not cheap. Not cheap at all. So remember, 9 times out of 10, when you're putting a belt on, from here, let's see, from there to here, it's going to be a straight shot. Almost always, it's like that. So then from there, well, luckily with this one we have a diagram, remember, but it's pretty easy. So yeah, go around this way. Like that. And this part goes up to the PTO. It's okay if it comes off for now anyway, because I'm just going to try and latch that in there, because we got to get it underneath the mower and all that yet. So okay, and that's going to be tough because this baby is heavy. Let me tell you, that's a big old deck and it is heavy. So alright, on to the next one. Okay guys, well, I guess pretty good with these rear rollers. And I changed the position of the front wheels before I put the back on. Those were already on. And I kind of put those where I usually put my Cub Cadets, so that one was easy. Yeah, I could have laid this on the ground and then put the rollers in to decide what height, and I guess I just got lucky because it sits even. It's all the way down on the ground right there, and it sits even. So I just want to show you, it's all hooked up. If anybody's wondering how to get the belts on these things, I make sure it's on all the pulleys except this one, and then I just kind of take it like this and roll it like that, and that's it. Again, I mean, it has covers. I usually leave them off my Cub Cadets. I'm not saying you guys should do that. I just do it so I can take the leaf blower and blow all the grass off when I'm done mowing. That's why I leave them off. I mean, they are they're put on there for a reason, and so I'm never going to tell somebody that they should take them off. For me, it's just for ease of keeping the deck clean. So there we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the deflector on. Pretty easy. Just slips on, and just a couple of nuts. Like that. Now, he had, you can see right here, a hole that he used a string and a thing to keep it open. I usually use a bungee cord, and I'll probably do that again with this one, so I can use the deflector when I want it, and because it takes up a lot of room, even that little bit of deflector, you know, because this deck is so big. I'm going to take you around here. Hang on. Okay, so you guys might have noticed the stripe. I put the stripe on there. Cleaned out the headlights. I have LEDs in my 1050. I might take those out and put those in here. Vanguard is rocking and rolling. I already had it fired up. I didn't really take it out for a drive or anything. I just, you know, went back and forth here in the garage just to make sure the hydro worked. So I'll show you. Okay, I lied. Oops, over here to where it's fuel in the fuel filter. I mean, it's been a couple weeks since I had it running, but still, it should have just fired off. I don't know what that was about. Okay, I've yet to try the deck. all dirty. It's fast. I already mowed today, but there's where it went. Man, this thing falls. Whoa, Mary. Oh, hang on. All right. Wife's going to work, so I had to say goodbye. Anyway, guys, you can see it in the broad daylight. I'm gonna have to blow all the grass off of it now. So yeah, the oil cooler. When I was running, I put my hand up here. It got plenty of air flowing through there to keep that cool. The test will be to go through deep grass with it. You know, to see if the 20 horse is going to handle it. I mean, I don't see why it won't. You know. But, I mean, I think they even put those 20s and 18s and 60-inch mowers, so I don't know. I mean, it should be fine. I'm trying to think if I even have any I mowed pretty much everything today, so I don't think I have any deep grass around here. So anyway, guys, like I said, I probably won't even use it this year yet. So there it is. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and of course, comment. Love the comments. Alright, guys. Bye.